Hello again, Kingston Town Administrator Keith Hickey with the latest edition of This Week in Kingston for the week ending June 27th, 2025. Hope all is well with everybody and they've gotten through the hot weather this past week. Things are going to settle back down, I guess, over the weekend, which is nice. A little bit of rain. Um, we had a cooling center open at the senior center for a couple of days. For those who took advantage of it, I'm glad that you did. For those who may not have been aware of it, when we do have another issue with severe weather, whether it be heat or some sort of winter storm, please know and check our website or call the town office building. We do try to provide a cooling center or a comfort center at the Council on Aging during the day to assist those who may need it. Try to keep that in mind. It's open to anybody of any age. If something unfortunately happens in the future, and it will, um, please know that the town is trying to provide a spot that you can go and get out of the heat or the cold and charge your phone and relax, get a bite to eat, that type of a thing. For those who took advantage of it, I'm glad you did. For those who hasn't, please try to take advantage of it in the future if you'd like to. So moving forward, it's the end of the fiscal year, so there's some things that are changing. Just to remind everybody of again, the townhouse hours are changing starting next week, the 28th of June. We're open 8 to 5, 4 days a week. I'm sorry, 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We're open 8 to 6 on Tuesdays. And then on Friday, we're closed for the day. So the morning hours that we were open in the past, at the townhouse for the next 6 months of the trial period. The townhouse will be closed on Fridays. Um, so please try to make note of that. And if there's some sort of an accommodation you need to make or need to have on a Friday, please feel free to reach out to me. And if there's anything I can do to help you out, I'll try to do that for you. The transfer station is also changing their hours as part of the budget for fiscal 26. We've eliminated the Monday evening transfer station hours, so the new transfer station hours are Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday, 8 to 3:45, and on Mondays, 10 to 3:45. So no longer are there Monday evening hours. That was done as a cost-cutting measure. So again, try to keep that in mind when you're trying to use the transfer station. Also, a reminder, the transfer station decals expire this weekend. Next week, I guess I should say. We had attempted to try to get those online for convenience purposes for people to buy them online. For a multitude of reasons, that has not worked out, and I apologize for that. So what we're doing is anybody who has not gotten a transfer station decal by July 1st, next weekend, which I believe is July 5th, you'll be able to go into the transfer station anytime between now and July 12th. You'll be able to go in the transfer station with an old decal once. If you go to the transfer station with an old decal after July 1st, one of the attendants will scrape off the decal from your car window. You won't have a decal at that point. You'll need to come to the Streets, Trees, and Parks building behind the townhouse to get that decal, just like you have in the past. But you'll be able to use the transfer station the one time that you're going in after July 1st. Without a decal, you won't be able to go back in. On Saturday, the 12th of July, anybody who goes to the transfer station without a new decal will be um, not allowed to dump. We will have staff at the Streets, Trees, and Parks building on that Saturday, the 12th of July, to allow you to purchase a decal at that point. So, um, trying to be flexible and allow not have to turn anybody away at the transfer station gates. But try to keep in mind that the transfer station decals are expiring. You need to get those in, get those replaced, and we're trying to provide as convenient a service as we can. So I apologize again for the um, online failure, but we are trying to provide that information for you. Um, or I'm sorry, provide those permits for you on a Saturday if that's the day you need to come in. Um, Also, we've got a board meeting next Tuesday night. July 1st. We've got a number of things on the agenda just to let people know what's happening. We had an open position on the planning board that during the elections in May was not filled. So the planning board and the Board of Selectmen will be meeting jointly on Monday evening to interview candidates for that position. At this point, as I sit here today taping this on a Thursday morning, there is one candidate who's expressed some interest. They'll be interviewing that one individual Tuesday night at the board meeting. Moving forward from there, we've got a couple of public hearings for Verizon and Eversource to put new poles in. One will be on Tremont Street, excuse me, and the other will be on Gallon Road. So those utilities will be coming in seeking the board's approval to install those utility poles. We will have a continuation of a dangerous dog hearing that we had in May 6th, where the board agreed to allow about 3 months to provide the dog owners the opportunity to prove that they will use the enclosure for the dogs that they had recently constructed in May. To the best of my knowledge, but there have been no complaints lodged against those dogs or the owners, and the dog owners are using that confined area for dogs when they're outside. So the board will have to decide whether they're satisfied with that or not. Always somewhat of an unpleasant discussion to have. So hopefully, the owners will be there. They will explain that they've been following the requirements made by the Board of Selectmen, and things will move forward from there. We have our town planner, Valerie Massard, coming in to have the board review a draft of our updated ADA transition plan for the town of Kingston. Valerie was able to obtain a grant for $60,000 to have our outdated 1994 plan updated, and we have a draft of that plan. Because of some reporting requirements that are due in mid-July, we're going to bring the draft plan to the board, seeking a conditional approval. When we finish up the plan later on in the fall, have a final copy. We'll bring that back to the board for their final review and acceptance. Moving forward, we have the chief of police, Brian Holmes, will come in and provide the board with a biannual update on what's happening within the police department. The annual evaluation of the fire chief is also being discussed on Tuesday night. We have a request for a common victual license for Ellis Grill at the Kingston Collection. And then in the past, we had a discussion on the tax title custodian process. There were some modifications made by Selectman Pike. Those have been incorporated into the document, and the document is up for final vote by the Board of Selectmen. Moving forward from there, our police chief, in addition to giving his biannual report, will also have a discussion with the Board of Selectmen about the authorization to accept a grant for a comfort dog for the Kingston Police Department. The comfort dog would come at no initial cost. Obviously, there'll be a cost associated to the police officer who's going to be the handler of the dog, and expenses related to owning that dog. There'll be a declaration of surplus property. We have two 2020, 2002 dump trucks that were replacements were approved at a town meeting a couple of years ago. That those replacements have finally been received. So we have those two dump trucks that we're looking to deem as surplus. Unfortunately, I guess, and if this comes, I guess, with every dog owner, our current canine that the police department uses has come to its end of its useful life. So the police chief is seeking that the Board of Selectmen declare that as surplus and allow the current dog handler Sergeant Lenatra to purchase that dog as surplus equipment for $1. It doesn't happen often, but this is something that just unfortunately needs to occur when the dog has to be replaced because they're not able to continue to perform at a level that they performed in the past. A new discussion that people may not be aware of that Selectman Alcombright has brought forward, asking the board to consider, is creating a do not knock registry. And what that would do is we would bring forward a bylaw at fall town meeting that would allow residents to sign up on this do not knock registry electronically online, and uh, when a group comes in to do door-to-door solicitation, they would be given the list of property owners and property addresses that the individuals living at those properties do not want to have. Um, they don't want to be solicited, so it would require or mandate that these door-to-door agencies not be able to knock on the doors on this do not knock registry. So frankly, wasn't sure that was, or wasn't aware that was out there and available. I'm glad that Selectman Lockenberg brought that forward. The board will discuss it, and if they'd like, we'll create language with the assistance of our town council to draft something and bring it forward for the board to approve and ask to be placed on the fall town meeting warrant. So that'll be a new discussion point. It's something I think the board will be very supportive of. We've got some year-end transfers that we need to make between departments. We have a couple of donations for the Council on Aging, one from the Friends of the Council on Aging for $100 for the mailing of the monthly newsletters, which is very much appreciated. And then another $35 contribution from a member of the Council on Aging. So thank everybody very much for those. We're looking to appoint a van driver for an opening at the COA. We have actually two openings right now. We only have one individual who has been interviewed, and we recommend hiring. So we're bringing that recommendation to the Board of Selectmen on Tuesday night. And then we have a few remaining board and committee appointments that the board is going to need to consider on Tuesday night. And we have appointments to the Affordable Housing Trust and Agricultural Commissions as well. Lastly, there'll be, as there always is right now, an update on establishing a public works department. We had a public hearing, as I mentioned last week, about a week and a half ago, where some concerns were raised. We'll be working to address those. And another public hearing will come forth on the 15th of July. So again, if you have questions, comments, concerns, or want to share your opinions, you can certainly do that either online, remotely through Zoom, or you can stop by the meeting itself and share your opinions with the Board of Selectmen. So be a busy Board of Selectmen meeting next Tuesday night on the 1st of July. Again, just to remind everybody that the town offices will be closed, as will most town buildings, except for emergency services, on Friday, July 4th. So try to make your needs to come to the town office buildings or the town buildings themselves. Just try to get that done before Friday if you can. So with that, I want to thank you very much for watching. We'll talk to you again next week, and hope you have a happy and safe weekend.